Verizon says it is 3:01, so with that, I'll call to order the City of Green Acres Code Enforcement hearing. As I said, it's 3:01. It's August 28th. My name is Amity Barnard. I'll be the special magistrate for today's hearing. First thing I'm going to do is swear anybody in who's here to testify on any items that are on today's agenda. So if you're here to testify, including city staff, are you all here to speak on an agenda item? Okay, if you could stand and raise your right hands for me. I'll swear you all in at once. Raise your right hand for me. Very good. Do you all swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you very much. A bit about process. It looks like, I believe most of the cases are violation hearings, if not all. The way it's going to work is when you hear the case called, the city will be at the podium to my left where the code officer is already standing. The city will present all of its evidence, put on any witnesses that it has, show me any documents that they'd like to enter into the record. Once the city is finished, you will go to that same podium over there to my left. You will present any witnesses that you have, cross-examine any witnesses that the city puts on, present any documents that you'd like me to see, and tell me anything that you'd like me to hear on the matter. After I've heard from both sides, I will make a final ruling, and you'll get an order that reflects that ruling. Having said that, just for record purposes, I believe the minutes I have are actually for the July 24th hearing. Is that correct on the agenda? You want those approved? Yes. Okay, very good. So with that, I'll approve the July 24, 2024 meeting minutes as drafted. And with that, I'll turn it to the city to call its first case.
Jay Robinson, the City of Green Acres, Code Compliance. The first case that will be called would be case 3-24-10294. I'm gonna butcher this name. Gerlin Pierre, registered agent, Tennessee Enterprise LLC.
This property was first cited by me on January 26th of this year, 2024, and it's about building materials in front of the property and on the side of the property. I submitted a package for evidence, which includes proof of ownership, which is PAPA's, proof of service for the notice of violation, dated May 7th, 24, and the affidavit for that posting. And the request to appear, which was also posted on 7/17/24, and the posting affidavit for that also.
And let me ask you before you go on, is your microphone on?
Yes. No.
I do not hear you very well. Thank you, sir.
How's that?
That's better, thank you.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Did you have anything else, or you were finished?
No, the photos are also included in the package.
Okay. So the code sections are for open storage. Just explain to me, I guess, a little bit about the violations. Explain to me what I'm looking at in these photos.
Well, first, this started with a vehicle inoperable on car jacks, also with property in front of the house, and then on the side, you can see it behind the fence. Everything's been removed except the property, the building materials, ladders that are leaning against the house. You'll see that in the last picture I submitted, which is dated August 26th. You can still see the ladders and building materials leaning up against the house.
Okay, so everything was removed from the front side of the
Yeah,
fence,
yeah.
but the only things that's remaining is right behind the fence there.
Correct.
Okay. What's the city seeking in terms of remedy today?
$100 a day.
A compliance deadline?
14 or 30?
We could do 30. 20.
20 days?
comply within 20 days or a $100 a day fine?
Yes.
Is the respondent present in this case?
No.
Seeing none, has the city had any correspondence from the respondent?
Nothing. Everything's been certified mail was returned to sender, and everything was posted on the property.
Okay. They must have gotten your notices because they did half of it, so they
Right.
realize your
Yeah.
they realize your case is going on. But okay. All right. With that, for the record, the respondent is not present in case 3-24-10294. Anything further from the city?
No, that's it for now.
Okay, very good. In that same case number, I will enter the city's evidentiary case file as Composite Exhibit 1 without objection. I'll find, based on the documents in the case file, which include the affidavits of posting, as well as the testimony of the code enforcement officer, that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find, based on the photographs in the case file, as well as the testimony of the code enforcement officer, that the respondent's in violation of sections 7-240, 7-410A2, and I'll require respondents to comply with those sections within 20 days, or a $100 a day fine will be assessed for each day thereafter.
Okay. Make a date calendar. Xavier, you can call your next case. You can call number 2.
Good afternoon. Xavier Morales, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Green Acres. This property is located at 8 Bridget Boulevard.
Case number?
Case number 4-24-10306. This property was first cited on April 4th, 2024 by me. This case is about closed shutters, and I have submitted a package for evidence. Items included, there's a pop-out included in the package, but it's for the entire community of the mobile home Lago Palma area.
Okay.
I have also included proof of service for notice of violation dated May 16th, 2024. This was mailed via certified mail. Proof of service for request to appear dated July 5th, 2024. And this was posted. And the affidavit of posting is in the file. I have also included photos. In this case, I made contact with the property owner because I noticed that her shutters, different shutters were open and closed on different days. So I did make contact with her, and I asked her if she needed any assistance and if she understood. She's an elderly lady. And she indicated that she did understand, but she didn't need any assistance in opening the shutters, and she refused to open the ones that were still closed. I did hand her my business card and asked her if she could pass my information on to her daughters, who she indicated were assisting her. But I have not received any contact yet.
Okay. I guess just a question on service. So this is, the property appraiser printout that you gave me is for Lago Palma MHC LLC. Do the individual mobile home owners own individual lots, or is it owned by that LLC, the entire?
The way I understand, they own the actual home, the mobile home, the trailer, but the property is leased where it's sitting on.
Okay. Did you send certified mail to Lago Palma MHC also?
No.
Your Honor, I think what we'd be looking for is a personal lien against the owner of the mobile home, because by state statute, issues with the mobile home, we have to cite the mobile home owner, not the underlying property owner. So in this case, we would have to have a personal lien against Ms. Bravo as opposed to the actual mobile home park.
And, okay, and I guess what confirmation do you have that she's the owner?
Did you guys pull the registration for the mobile home vehicle or the mobile home?
Yes, we pulled a list with all the registered owners from the Lago Palma administration.
Did you run the VIN number for the mobile home?
No.
Okay. All right. Your Honor, we might have to continue this case because there should be a registration on the mobile home that would have a VIN number that we can run. I believe you guys have the David system. They should be registered mobile homes, and then we can print out the registration for the mobile home and bring it back.
Okay. You have a signed green card from Miss Bravo, I think is her name. But I just need to connect the dots between her ownership and,
Okay.
So I guess given the issue is with service, are you just gonna renotice it for the next hearing? Okay. Okay. So you don't need an order. I won't issue an order for this case. Okay.
Notice it.
Thank you.
We can talk about that one afterwards. I was looking at this one instead of the next one.
Case number case 4-24-10372, Sunset Drive LLC, registered agent. The case will be presented by Xavier Morales.
Good afternoon again. Excuse me. This property was first cited on April 2nd, 2024 by me. This case is about inoperative and unregistered vehicles on the property. I have submitted a package for evidence. The items included are proof of ownership, the papas, proof of service for notice of violation dated June 7th, 2024, which was posted. The affidavit of posting is in the file. Proof of service for request to appear dated August 7th, 2024, which is posted, and the affidavit of posting is in the file. And photos are included in the package. The property owner is present.
Okay. And the photographs I'm looking at, it looks like there are a couple of vehicles. There's a black car that doesn't have any license plate, and then there's a blue car with an expired registration. Is that right?
That's correct.
Or a blue, I guess that's a blue truck. Okay. Okay, what is the city seeking in terms of remedy on this case?
$100 a day, 14 days.
Okay, who's here for this case? Okay, come up to the podium for me, sir. And give me your name, please.
Mark Earhart,
Spell your last name for me.
Earhart,
And your relation to the property?
one of the owners for Sunset Drive LLC.
Okay. I'm going to ask the city attorney to show you the evidentiary case file that the city has given to me that they'd like to enter into the record. If you could look through those documents, I think she'll explain them to you as well, and let me know if you have any objection to those documents.
Thank you.
Any objections, sir, to those documents being entered into the record?
No, no
Okay,
objections.
thank you. With that, thank you. In case 4-24-1032, I'll enter the city's evidentiary case files composite exhibit 1 without objection. So you've heard what the city has said. Looks like the photographs clearly show a few vehicles that are unregistered or inoperable. Go ahead and explain to me what's going on from your side.
Sure. So what Mr. Morales said is correct. I've been working with my tenant to have the vehicles removed. As of, I believe it was yesterday morning, they failed inspection once again. So at that point in time, I contracted with a towing company and put up a towing sign. So any unauthorized vehicles in the future will be removed. As of now, before I came to this hearing, one of the vehicles was being removed. The second one, a separate tow truck company, should be removing that vehicle as well. And then the last vehicle, they said that they did have a registration for, but we still need to verify that the license plate number that she showed me matched the VIN on the vehicle.
Okay.
So we decided not to remove that vehicle at this time.
Okay.
So 2 of those vehicles should be removed as of today, and then there should be just the truck remaining that we're trying to verify.
Okay, so the blue truck is what's staying?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And the city's asking me to give you 14 days to get either them removed or to get them properly registered. Is that, seems like a reasonable amount of time to me, but would you agree that you can get that done in the 14 days?
Yes, ma'am, that seems reasonable.
Okay. Okay, anything else you'd like me to hear?
Nope, that is all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anything else from the city?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. In case 4-24-10372, I've entered the city's case file. I'll find based on the notice documentation in the case file, which includes affidavits of posting, and the code enforcement officer's testimony that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find based on the photographs in the case file, as well as the testimony of both the code enforcement officer and the respondent, that the respondent's in violation of section 7-419. I'll require a respondent to comply with that section within 14 days, or a $100 a day fine will be assessed for each day thereafter.
Case number 4, case 5-24-104234, Nancy Bronswing, sorry if I butcher it, presented by Jerry Burnell.
Good afternoon, Jerry Burnell, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Green Acres. This property was first cited by me on April 12th, 2024, and this is a case about closed and partially opened shutters. I've submitted a package for evidence that includes the proof of ownership through Papa's. Proof of service for the notice of violation was posted on the property, and a affidavit of posting is in the file. And proof of service for the request to appear, dated August the 2nd, 2024, was also posted on the property, and affidavit of posting is in the file, as well as photos.
Okay, so I'm looking at your pictures. Is it just the two shutters?
Just the two shutters.
Okay. Any communication from the respondent? Is the respondent present?
Not present and no communication at all.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate because this is an easy one to correct.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. And just so I'm clear, your code says, there's a 14-day window.
After a hurricane warning watch or hurricane event,
Okay.
you have 14 days to open them, and we haven't had one in a while, thank God.
Okay. What's the city seeking in terms of remedy?
$50 a day,
And how much time to comply?
14 days.
Okay. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Anything further from the city?
No.
All right, in case 5-24-1034, for the record, the respondent is not present. I'll enter the city's evidentiary case file as composite exhibit 1 without objection. I'll find, based on the documents in the case file, which include affidavits of posting as well as the testimony of the code enforcement officer, that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find, based on the photographs in the case file as well as the testimony of the code enforcement officer, that the respondent's in violation of section 7-423 subpart P. And I'll require respondents to comply with that section within 14 days, or a $50 a day fine will be assessed for each day thereafter.
Next case that would be heard would be case 6-24-10514. The case was initiated by Candy, but I'm going to be taking it over, sorry. It's going to be heard by Jade Robinson. Magistrate, we're asking for a continuance. The complainant couldn't make it today because of COVID reasons, so we're asking for a continuance to the next hearing.
Okay, do you have the date of that next hearing?
It will be September 25th, 2024. And we'll let the attorney verify.
And Your Honor, this is a noise complaint, so we really need the complainant to be here because otherwise we don't have any personal knowledge of the actual violation.
Okay.
Right here.
25th? Yep.
What was it, 9:25?
Yes.
Yep, okay. And then I guess in order for me to grant the continuance, I just need testimony as it relates to service for today's
Okay.
hearing. So if you could just read through your service.
Okay. I have submitted a package for evidence. Items included are proof of ownership, Papa's, proof of service for notice hearing, dated July 9th, 2024. The property was posted. The affidavit of posting is on file. Photos is included. And yes, so the property was posted.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anything further? Okay. Thank you. In case 6-24-10514, I'm not going to enter the city's evidentiary case file. I'm just simply going to find that based on the affidavits of posting as well as the documents that have been presented to me, that the city had good service for today's hearing. So with that finding of legal service, I'll grant the requested continuance and reset this for September 25th.
Thank you. Okay.
No,
And I may have to sit.
you want to hear from property owners? They're here.
Oh, yeah?
We are here.
Oh, someone called and said they wasn't, Donald, or Duncan. Duncan emailed saying that you weren't coming.
That's weird.
That's the email. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with him?
No.
At the noise complaint? So you must be, are you the,
This is us, but that's our
That's
address.
the,
We don't know who Duncan is.
so this must be the complainant. The complainant is not here to testify. So that's why we're continuing the case.
And you're the property owners? Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay.
I could show you the evidence, but he's not here to testify. He's for COVID reasons.
Okay. Let me just see the email.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't say that they were showing up.
Okay. All right, I guess, let me just, so the record is clear, let me reopen case 6-24-10514. So the city's position is that this was totally complaint-driven and the city doesn't have any witnesses of its own to call. It was strictly the complainant?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So let me just have you come to the podium and just give your names for the record. Your name?
My name is Jocelyn Dominguez.
And Carlos Gasperi?
Okay, thank you very much. So what the city is asking me, you just heard, and I apologize, I didn't realize that you were the property owner, so I apologize for that. What the city is telling me is that that this is a complaint-driven code enforcement case and that the complainant is not present to provide the testimony on this matter. So they've asked me, and I have reset this for September 25th. Are you available to come back at that hearing date?
We're actually going out of the country around that date,
Okay, how long are you going to be gone?
for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Your Honor, since they're here, we could go ahead and continue it to the next hearing date, if that would be, since they did appear, the next one would be October 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Well, you'll be back by then?
Let me check, sorry.
No, that's fine. Take your time.
Yeah, should be fine.
Okay. Okay, thank you for accommodating that date. And as the city attorney said, since you did appear today, I'll give you the additional month so that you are present and can come hear what is presented and present your side as well at that hearing. So without getting into the merits, because this is strictly a continuance, I'll ask that the testimony happen at that October hearing. I also will ask that the city make sure that they are aware that that's happening on that date and that nothing has happened to postpone that or otherwise change that date, just so they don't show up if it's not on the agenda.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so with that, thank you for coming today. With that, in case 624-10514, the finding of service stands, and I will change the date and continue this matter until October 23rd, and that time the case will be heard.
Thank you, Magistrate.
Thank you.
My last name and first name. Gasperi Carlos. At Gmail. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, guys.
Of course. Thank you. You ready? And we'll send a confirmation email. Okay. Mhm. Oh, and they're gonna show up. Yeah. I'm blindsided. Okay. Moving on. The next case that it will be heard will be case 7-24-10614, and the code officer that will be presenting it will be Jerry Bernal.
Jerry Bernal, City of Green Acres Code Enforcement Officer. This case was cited by me on July 26, 24. And it's about a food vending trailer attached to a SUV that consistently parks on the property after he's been told that he can't. And when he does park on the property, it also blocks the sidewalk. I submitted a package which includes proof of ownership through Papa's. Proof of service was for the hearing date, and there is a affidavit of posting for the hearing. The actual notice of violation, there is proof of service for that. I've submitted photos in the package. Some of the photos you'll see there is compliance, but he seems to be, I don't know what his thinking is. He likes to park his trailer on the property once in a while, and I've taken pictures that you'll see when he's parked there and when he's not parked there. So right now, the case would be complied, but what I'm looking for is for any future violations.
All right, so essentially you're asking for a finding of fact.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, very
yes,
good.
Magistrate.
Very common with these things
Yes.
that are easily movable.
Yes.
Okay. So the one part of the code says you can't encroach onto the sidewalk, which that's pretty clear in the photographs. Explain to me the next 1428B1E.
B1 has to do with the trailer itself, the food trailer.
So you're considering this a trailer under the city's code?
Correct.
Okay. And that code section says you cannot park.
Trailers or
Trailers.
Industrial trailers. I would
Okay.
consider the food truck an industry.
Okay. Is the respondent present in this case?
No.
Did you have any communication with them?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, they signed the green card, so they got your notice.
Yes, they did.
All right. Anything further from the city?
We're looking for $50 a day.
But they're in compliance.
Yeah, they're in compliance.
Yeah, they're compliant,
So
yeah.
it'd just be a
once we
finding of
bring them
fact,
back-
so
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Finding
We
of
just
fact.
want to be able to,
Okay.
So just a finding of fact. If
So no fine amount specified, just the,
Yes.
strictly the finding of fact.
yes, yes,
Okay.
Magistrate.
Okay, in case 7-24-10614, For the record, the respondent is not present. I'll enter the city's evidentiary case file as composite exhibit 1 without objection. I'll find based on the affidavits, the notice documents, which include the certified mail having been signed for, that the city had good service for today's hearing. I'll find based on the photographs in the case file that the respondent was in violation of section 14-28 B1E, has since come into compliance, but did not do so by the date specified in the notice of violation. So I'll issue an order finding violation, which essentially amounts to a finding of fact, so that if the violation recurs in the future, the city can immediately cite as repeat violation.
Next case is case 10-23-10004, and this will be presented by our city's attorney.
Your Honor, you may remember this one. This is the case. The prior order that you entered. These is the notices. Bring them back to today's hearing. Nobody is present for this case. This is
Excuse me.
proposed order.
Okay.
The prior code compliance coordinator, Candy, had brought this forward for an order imposing for $750. We thought it was in compliance, but as we stated on the record, we didn't know if it would fix the issue. Candy received complaints, and so the B vendor went back out, and the Bs were in the eaves. So it took additional effort and monies to remove the hives from the eaves. We still, to this point, don't know if that's gonna work, but I think that's all the city's gonna do at this point, unless we bring her back for a repeat violation. But we are asking for an order to impose additional costs.
Okay, so that's all your proposed order is, just to recover the additional expense.
And those are the proof of Candy's notice to the property owner, the postings, and the mailings. As you know, on this one, we haven't had any communication from the property owner. We believe that she is not there, elderly person, perhaps in a nursing home. So that's what we're seeking, to impose that additional amount.
Okay. Let me just read this quickly. All right, so the 1750 doesn't include the original 750. That's in addition to.
Right, it's in addition to the first 750, they actually removed what they could see on the outside and sprayed it.
Didn't quite get them all.
Didn't quite get them all.
Okay. All right, so you sent a new notice out dated August 14th. That was posted to City Hall and also appears to have been posted at the property. Okay. All right, for the record, is the respondent present? Seeing none, let the record reflect the respondent is not present. In case, you want me to enter these notice documents and the prior order, is that correct? Okay. In case 10-23-10004, I'll enter the city's evidentiary case file, which includes the previous order imposing repair and administrative costs dated June 26th, as well as the notice of hearing on order imposing additional repair and administrative costs dated August 14th, the certified mail receipt, as well as the photographs indicating that the property was posted with this notice of hearing. I'll enter those into the record as Composite Exhibit 1 without objection. I'll find, based on the posting confirmation, as well as the confirmation that the city sent the notice via certified mail, that the city had good service for today's hearing. I will sign and approve an additional order imposing additional repair and administrative costs that recover for the city its additional abatement costs in the amount of $1,750. I'll sign that right now. And hopefully that's the end of the Bs. All right, so I've signed that, and that appeared to be the last item. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Easy enough. So I will adjourn this hearing at 3:42.